Hey Rock Rebels, what's going on? So back in the early 2010s, the Fox TV show GLEE was supposedly all the rage. It was such a big show that even NBC's show The Office did a whole episode about it. Now, I personally hated the show and thought it was awful. Now, there was one story, though, that went underreported and that involved music being used for the show. So prior to the GLEE using music from popular artists or bands, they need to get permission first. Now, there were 3 bands that the producers of GLEE went after who refused to let their music be licensed, and that was Foo Fighters, Guns N' Roses, and Kings of Leon. And it would be Guns N' Roses guitarist Slash who would reveal in January of 2011 to Entertainment Weekly that he said no to the TV show licensing Guns N' Roses music, saying, "GLEE is worse than Grease, and Grease is bad enough. I look at Grease and think, between High School Musical and GLEE, Grease was a work of art," the guitarist would conclude. It's kind of funny this is coming from the same guy who showed up on American Idol a number of seasons ago. Now, the guitarist didn't have a hardline stance against licensing Guns N' Roses music, but preferred to lend his music and image to projects he endorsed. For example, Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock video game featured Welcome to the Jungle, even though Axl Rose would turn around and sue the game developer and publisher 3 years later. But that's a story for another time. Now, GLEE creator Ryan Murphy would respond several weeks after Slash made his comments to Entertainment Weekly and was pretty vitriolic in his response, not only attacking Guns N' Roses, but the band Kings of Leon for publicly rejecting an offer to have their music in an episode of the hit series. Murphy would tell The Hollywood Reporter that Kings of Leon are, as he put it, self-centered a-holes, and they miss the big picture. According to Murphy, the band are missing the opportunity to inspire kids taking up music, saying, a 7-year-old kid can see someone close to their age singing a Kings of Leon song, which will make them want to join a GLEE club or pick up a musical instrument. It's like, okay, hate on arts education. You can make fun of GLEE all you want, but at its heart, what we really do is turn kids onto music. And it would be Kings of Leon singer Caleb Followell who offered a more even-handed response to Murphy's comments in the article, saying, "This whole GLEE thing is a shock to us. It's gotten out of hand. At the time of the request, we hadn't even seen the show. It came at the end of that record cycle and we were over-promoting You Somebody. This was never meant as a slap in the face to GLEE or to the music education or to fans of the show. We're just not sure where the anger is coming from." In the same article, Murphy would also respond to Guns N' Roses guitarist Slash, saying, "Usually I find that people who make those comments, their careers are over. They're uneducated and quite stupid." But it would be Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl who would go on The Howard Stern Show in 2011 and defend Kings of Leon and Guns N' Roses for saying no to the show, as he said here.
Also, like my manager, I've had the same manager for 21 years. I've had the same accountant for 21 years.
I admire your loyalty. I think you're a very grounded person, and there's not a lot of people in rock and roll who are very grounded. There are a lot of people who are just off their fucking rockers. So, we're talking about business for a second. So, when this guy from GLEE comes to you, and he seems kind of like a mafioso, he says to you, "We want to use the music of the Foo Fighters for the TV show GLEE."
Well, let me explain something first.
Okay.
GLEE never approached us to do music.
Okay.
That came up in conversation when we were doing an interview for The Hollywood Reporter.
I was going to ask, is that the way you have to go now in music? You have to go to GLEE, you have to go to American Idol?
Well, I think the point I was trying to so eloquently make when I talked about it was that I think it's important that bands don't feel pressured to do that sort of big business thing, you know? Like, we all grew up in garages and garage bands and van tours, and, you know, whenever anybody asks me musical advice, I say, you know what, just be good at what you do and don't expect much. And if that's not enough, then don't do it, because it's impossible to make it in the music industry. You got to be either really, really good or you got to be really, really lucky, or both.
Well, there used to be artists who, like the Who, who would say we would never commercially use our music, we would never put it in a commercial, we wouldn't put it on a TV show, and they've all seemed to have shifted because the
model changed.
The model changed. That, like, that's how you get your music out of here. But it seems to me it's become okay to sell out. I kind of admire that you wouldn't go to GLEE, but then the guy from GLEE is saying, hey, you know, fuck the Foo Fighters. They almost make it seem like you're homophobic or something if you won't give your music to GLEE.
Well, you know, it's funny because I said that, like, man, you know, I said that's not fair that he thinks that everyone should do the show, you know.
Right.
And then the next day I told my manager, I'm like, hey, I kind of said some stuff about Glee, and it was like, oh no, you did! Oh my God, what was it? And then, but then the Ryan
And then
Murphy,
Elton John came out.
and Elton John came. I mean, basically like Slash and the guys from Kings of Leon. I know those guys, like they're nice guys, you know.
Right.
And the creator of Glee sort of came down hard on them for not agreeing to use the music, right?
Right.
So I was kind of sticking up for them, like, yeah, you shouldn't have to do that. No, why do you got to do that? And then actually the guy, Ryan Murphy, he kind of said, like, you know what, you're right. I was kind of a jerk about it, and I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's almost, when I say the mafia, it's like a tactic. Like, I'm going to pressure you. You're not down with
dude,
Glee.
if I had a nickel for every time that's happened to us, I mean, over the years, I remember one time we were doing something, and we were here in New York City, and someone said, okay, there's that red carpet thing you got to go to. And we had a show that night. I'm like, oh, God, do we really? He's like, yeah, you have to go. And I said, are you telling me that my career is going to end if I don't go walk that red carpet? And they basically said, might.
Oh, wow.
Or a radio show.
Yeah.
There was a radio station in like Kansas City or something like that that said, we want you guys to play. And our guitar player at the time, Franz, just had a kid like 2 days before.
Right.
And I said, we can't make it. And they said, if they don't come and play this radio show, we're going to pull them from all of our playlists.
That's right.
And then they said, well, at least Dave has to come MC it. I said, you know what? I will come MC it.
Right.
And I'm going to stand there on stage and tell everybody, you know I'm here? Because your favorite radio station just said, if he doesn't do this, we're going to stop playing it. So it happens to everybody.
But as a guy
you got to say, you got to say, fuck you.
Well, I admire that, because as a guy in radio, I've been on the opposite end of that and seen program directors say, listen, let's pull them from every radio station in the country
It's
if
happened.
they don't comply. And next thing you know, you're at the Jingle Ball.
16 years we've been in this band. It's happened to us more than once.
And you have to take
And you
a
just got to
stand.
say, fuck you. That's why we're still here.
You absolutely do, and I'll tell you why. Because for every program director, you could end up your entire year touring and doing free jingle balls all over the country. and literally, because they will strong-arm you and say, we will run you out of the business.
Right.
But there are certain bands who will say, fuck you, and I'll take my chances. And so I admire that.
I mean, at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you feel creatively satisfied, that the audience is there for you.
Several months after the War of Words in April of 2011, Glee creator Ryan Murphy would walk back his comments and publicly apologize, saying, I didn't speak with as much clarity as I would have liked. Who am I to say F you? That's not what I meant. I completely understand when artists don't want a show or another artist to interpret their songs. In fact, I respect it. It's their personal work, and I'd feel the same way. We get turned down all the time, and I don't fight it or even go back after a rejection. Now, Murphy would point to a recent request to use a song by Icelandic singer Björk in the show, which the Icelandic singer turned down, saying she read the scene and didn't really think it was right fit for her song. I told her that's completely cool, and she said come back to her down the road. We deal with that every day. Now, Grohl's words seem to have stung Ryan Murphy, an admitted Foo Fighters fan, saying, I've never felt that if you don't give Glee your music, there's something diabolical about you. I support artists and what they choose to do. I think Kings of Leon are cool as shit. The Foo Fighters are brilliant. We'd love to do one of their songs if they were ever interested, but if it's not their thing, then okay. I personally wish them luck and will still listen to their new music. So if you guys like this video, you can show your support by watching another video. Thanks, and remember guys, legends may die, bands will break up, but rock lives on.